UPS Freight's really big with Hands-On Day and the community, and United Way partners. So we love to volunteer. We love to give our time to help those in need.
They are our neighbors, and so what better way to give back to the community that not only we serve, but also that we reside in.
For Southside Child Development Center, it's a day of caring, it's a day of cleaning, painting, sprucing up, and we have about 45 UPS volunteers, Girl Scout groups, mothers, daughters, fathers, sons, and they're all here just lending a hand to make sure that we get some in-kind love. So when you see the faces and they come in and say things like, oh, it smells good, oh, my toys are clean, my bed smells good, that all adds to taking ownership of your environment and feeling good about where you are, where you learn, where you live, where you play, all of those type things. You want to feel good about it. And so people today are making these Children's Day starting Monday. They're going to feel even better about where they go to school.
And UPS Freight has extended volunteerism throughout my entire relationship or employment with them, and so just happy to work for a company and be in a community that enjoys and allows us to come out and do these things. So.
There you go. All right.
Well, after coming to visit the center with some of the board members, I met Miss Sheila, and instantly I was hooked. You come and visit the children, they're wonderful, they're full of energy, they're polite, and they just bring joy to anyone's life. So after my first visit, I was ultimately hooked.
She asked me to come out, and I was somewhat hesitant because I had a lot going on, and unbelievably enough, I came here for lunch and I was hooked. It was done. Had lunch with the kids were great, we were high-fiving, I told them a bunch of jokes, they incredibly laughed at my jokes. So I just had a great time.
This center does a great job of preparing kids for first grade, kindergarten, gives them the best start at an education. That's so important as we think about the generations that come behind us and making sure that they're prepared for the world.
So I've done the Read to Me program the last 2 summers, was when I've been partnered up with a child. And I get a chance to sit down with them for about an hour and read. And the first child's name was Christopher, and he just had the biggest smile on his face. Is so happy to have the attention, to have the ability just to learn and be appreciated. And just walking away that first day just really lit me up to the point where I had to come back every day with something bright to tell him and waiting for the stories that he was going to tell me. And I did it again the next year. And then when I saw this opportunity to help out on a day like today, I jumped all over it.
It's a one-of-a-kind facility. They're not about what they can get from you. They're really about what they can do for you. They bring you in, they work with you on a need basis, they understand your situation, and then they give you a game plan that will allow you to receive the care that you need for your kids, and then you're working and your kids are getting the same values taught to them here that they would get in their homes. So I think that's what makes them rare.
Our parents are considered the working class of the Richmond metropolitan area. What makes us different is that we provide a sliding scale so that parents can afford to have their children here. That sliding scale tops out at $97. The state average is about $125, $128, $100 per week. Our parents live from paycheck to about 10 days shy of the next paycheck. You have children that you need to have educated. You have households that you need to take care of. You have to provide food. They are usually the parents that fall through the social service system because they do have an income. To take care of a 50-plus-year-old building is not cheap. Those are the things that we do to pay quality educators, not babysitters, but people who have honed their craft to become teachers. They are educators, to make sure that we have quality people working with our children, giving them the right foundation so when they start kindergarten, they're already ahead of the game.
There's so many great community organizations within RVA that do great things, but I would put the mission and what we do at the top of that list. The kids that we serve, the families that we serve, the benefits, and really the foundation, the educational foundation, but also just the life foundation that we give these kids. I mean, from an economic standpoint, it saves our society so much more that we help these kids when they're younger. But just from an immediate impact, a day-to-day thing, what we do here is incredibly impactful.
So the love is free. The nurturing is free. Making sure that children feel like this is their environment, that's free. But to do the other things, making sure they have meals, making sure the building is safe, making sure they have the right supplies and equipment, all of those things, unfortunately, for us who want to do it the best that we can, they're going to cost us.
Well, I mean, obviously with any type of program that you like this, awareness is huge. So I would think you just need to expose people to what's actually going on here, the dedication that the employees and everyone else puts in, what they're doing to make a difference in these kids' lives. And, I think if you can get the word out, people will obviously want to join the effort in one way or another.
We need community support in order to continue to do and provide the services that we provide. Without that support, it's just not feasible to continue doing what we do. We can't rely on fees. We have to rely on our community partners. That's why it's so important.